talked to some people in Dallas that say you do have a violent past.
Who?
I'm not going to tell you.
The detective.
I like the worst response. I've heard some people say you have a violent past. Who said it? Who said that shit about me? Give me their name right now. Like, bro, maybe relax.
Are inquiring on March 2nd, 2014, in Carlsbad, New Mexico. Police received a 911 call from a man named
He did it. He got the white tee on, got the sunglasses, you got the peace sign on the car. He did it. Lock him up. I feel like it's always so weird when somebody has like a picture like this, and like if you look inside the sunglasses, you can see the reflection of the picture. So I always think, like, bro, do you have like nobody in your life that can like take a picture for you? Like, what's going on, bro? Automatic red flag.
Robert Early.
Like, especially if you ever see like a dating profile for somebody. Actually, no, mine's like that. I was about to say that. Okay, well, if of all the pictures, okay, I'm about to say if all the pictures of somebody are taken of themselves, that's probably if theirs is in all the pictures, that's fine. I feel like if all the pictures of somebody that are in a dating photo profile are taken of themselves and not taken of like them, other people, that feels kind of weird. Especially if they're all taken to somebody's home. That's always like a weird thing.
Informed the authorities that his girlfriend had vanished and he had no idea where she was. At the time, Robert lived in the area and worked in an oil field. His girlfriend, Emily Lambert, a Dallas school teacher, was visiting him for the weekend. Emily's parents said Emily had called the previous day and she sounded normal and was in good spirits. The following day, her parents received a text message from her boyfriend, Robert, saying, "Please call me." Her parents were very worried and immediately called him back. Robert stated that Emily had gone missing. They jumped in their car and started the long 8-hour drive down to Carlsbad, New Mexico to meet with Robert and the police. The detectives set up a meeting with Robert in room 402 of the Stevens Inn Hotel, where they stumbled upon Emily's clothes and cell phone. To their surprise, her car was found parked outside with her purse abandoned on the passenger seat. Seeking more information on Emily's mysterious disappearance, the detectives requested Robert to accompany them to the police station.
And it's always like whoever was the last person seen with them is going to be obviously the immediate prime suspect. I need a meme like that. TempleNUT L. I don't know. Some wacky face. But yeah, this dude obviously suspicious, right? When your last person seen, usually that's the guy, right?
And he consented, appearing to be fully cooperative with the authorities. Robert Early is the only lead in the ongoing investigation. Had he not alerted the authorities about Emily's disappearance, law enforcement officials would have been oblivious to her absence.
I met her in November, and we've pretty much been inseparable since. I mean, I moved.
I feel like these dudes are always so fucking stupid, man. Like, not even being stupid as in, like, maybe they're not good at anything or something like that. It's like, it's stupid in, like, bro, like, why did you report the crime? And why did you not just ask for a lawyer? Like, I don't understand. Like, legal representation is free. Why not just do that? Like, did they think, like, there's some, like, it's like the Dunning-Kruger effect where, like, they just think they're super smart? It's just, like, just get legal help. The smartest people in the world, the people that, they like, I don't know.
Moved in, like, really, I guess officially December. I mean, but it's, we pretty much, you know, our parents went out of town. We stayed at her parents' house. She stayed at my mom's house.
Okay, how old is she?
30.
Okay, how old are you?
33. Drove to Carlsbad, did the Carlsbad Cavern deal. She got her little passport book stamped. And then we went from there to Roswell. From Roswell, we went to a place called Tijuana's. Mm-hmm. And we had fajitas. And I had 2 margaritas and she had 1. And then we went from there to a place called Farley's.
The detectives reviewed the pictures on Robert's phone, and it appeared that the couple had a pleasant time during their sightseeing activities. Additionally, the receipts for the bars that the couple had visited were examined, and they support Robert's account of events.
You know, it was her last night in town, so we met up with my boss at the hotel bar and just got it pretty much obliterated from there. Dress was see-through completely. I mean, you'd have to probably really, in a darker bar like that, noticing she had some gray hanging on. She was getting hit on by guys. She came back and said, hey, this guy said, if he is not taking care of you good, I'll take you home.
That's a classic right there. Baby, if your man not treating you right, call me. But I love it. Like, dudes like that, the game is always like, they're not saying they're going to treat you well. They're not saying they're going to be like, oh, baby, I'm going to buy you this or buy you that. Just if he ain't doing you wrong, I'll do you right, which basically means I'm going to hit it and quit it and just see you later.
I'm like, whatever, Emily, if that's what you want, go ahead and go. She didn't get the response from me she wanted. Fuck you, then I'm leaving. I figured she's going to go smoke. She'll blow off some steam. She'll be cool. And so that's why I left. Right when I started thinking that.
How come she didn't take her phone?
Because it was dead and we only needed one. We were going together. We were at the hotel. We walked over there. Went back to the room with the key. She wasn't in there. And then I started pacing up and down and walking around. And I shut the door.
Oh, what time that was going on?
Maybe a little bit after 12 or maybe 11:40, something in between 12:20 and 11:40 something, I'm guessing.
So you're saying she left with someone?
I didn't see her actually leave with somebody, but she was talking about some dude that was leaving, She's not at the hotel. She's not in the room. Where the else was she gone?
Robert stated that he and Emily went to the hotel bar, which was corroborated by a witness from the bar. The witness stated that the couple was dancing and playing pool, and Emily was wearing a short skirt. Whenever Emily took a shot on the pool table, Robert would stand behind her to block the view. Robert also claimed that a man at the bar was showing interest in Emily, and she told Robert that she would go home with him. Robert said, "Fine, whatever you want to do." However, it appears that the couple argued about this man, and Robert believes that Emily left with him.
You just don't seem the type of person to me that the girl comes up and says, "F you," and turns around and walks off and you let that happen. You don't strike me as that type, dude. You just don't.
What is it? It's like accusing him of being a woman beater or something, or accusing him of being like, if a woman says no, you don't seem like the type of guy to take it very well. You don't seem like the type of guy when a woman says no to really handle that information with like a little bit of dignity and just accept it. You don't seem like the type of guy.
I know her. Y'all don't.
Exactly.
Upon reviewing the CCTV footage from the bar, the police observed Emily leaving alone, which raises doubts about Robert's assertion that she left with the man from the bar.
We talked to several people at the bar, and none of them see her leave with anyone.
I'm sitting here in my mind, and I'm going to ask you this question. I follow missing persons report, and what's scaring me is I'm wondering why I'm being grilled so hard. Is everything okay?
Let me explain something. Okay, you're the last person that's seen her alive. Okay, does that answer your question? Hands down, you're the last person.
Was it noticeable that y'all had an argument? If someone was sitting at the table next to you all or in the area the day?
I kept it pretty much as discreet as I could.
Robert is currently claiming that they did argue, but he remained composed and attempted to keep it low-key. However, a witness from the bar reported that Robert was exceedingly angry with Emily and began grasping the back of her neck while pointing his finger directly in her face and shaking her aggressively.
What the fuck? Yeah, I guess that's probably the approach they expected from this guy. That's probably what they expected him to say if he was telling the truth.
How's your temper? Fights?
I'm never getting any fights.
You're going to tell me that you don't have a violent temper.
I don't have.
You're going to tell me that none of your friends are going to tell me that you're violent.
None of my friends are going to say I'm violent. I'm not. I'm not going to just sit there and, but I've never been arrested for beating up somebody. I've never been in an
Just because
altercation.
you're not arrested for it doesn't mean that you don't do it. You know what I mean? I have talked to some people in Dallas that say you do have a violent past.
Who?
I'm not going to tell you.
The detective...
That's like the worst response. I've heard some people say you have violent past. Who said it? Who said that shit about me? Give me their name right now. Like, bro, maybe relax.
are inquiring if Robert has a history of violence or anger issues. Upon contacting Robert's ex-wife and ex-girlfriend, they revealed that Robert has a significant propensity for violence.
What's your gut telling you right now?
Yesterday I was having really, really bad tingling feelings, and you know that I just hope she's okay. I mean,
I'm not asking you what you hope. That's what your gut feeling right now.
That I mean, I honestly think that she got involved with some wrong people, and she's either hurt or trapped, or somebody's got her not letting her go. And then that, I mean, otherwise, why would she be back?
Okay, well, I mean, do you think she's dead?
I have no clue. I hope not. You know, that's the last thing I want for my girlfriend and a mother of two and a school teacher. You know, when I have a daughter, I mean, I can imagine.
Well, yeah, I think Ned's explaining, like, trying to be all sympathetic and shit like that. But yeah, he's not making a good case for himself. He's obviously becoming, like, more and more angry, and he's trying to hide it as the interview goes on, but he's just getting more and more aggressive, slowly building up.
If I went missing, my daughter
About the blue.
wouldn't see me anymore. Her mom.
Emily has now been missing for 3 days, and the detectives are becoming increasingly concerned about her welfare. Robert is still their sole lead, and they suspect that he may be withholding vital information from them. Consequently, the detectives requested that Robert undergo a polygraph examination to assist with their investigation.
Robert, you been willing to take a polygraph?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'd probably be about 10 a.m. in the morning.
Nerves are shot.
You know why you're here today?
Because my girlfriend's missing.
Put your left arm out in front of you. Palm up. Emily Lambert is your girlfriend, the one that you were with Saturday night, is that correct?
Yes.
Do you intend to answer truthfully all questions regarding the location of Emily Lambert?
Yes.
Do you know where Emily Lambert is located?
No.
Do you know where Emily Lambert is located right now?
No.
The detectives have employed the Utah 3 polygraph technique, which involves asking 3 similar yet rephrased questions that all have the same significance. Essentially, this method involves posing the same question 3 times, but in different ways.
You didn't pass.
How?
It was asked 3 separate ways, and you didn't do well on any of the tests any time I asked.
I want to take it again.
With the test results indicating a failure, Robert has now transformed from a witness to the primary suspect in the investigation. The detectives need to apply more pressure on Robert at this point.
You know where she's at?
I was so
Robert, hands down.
I was hammered.
I understand that.
You're hammered, but didn't.
You got the legs shaking, getting all nervous. He knows it's getting bad. It's getting bad. It's getting bad.
Something happened, right? We know that.
So we had an argument, she left. And then,
Your shoulders are pretty heavy, dude. Now you cross your arms, your shoulders are heavy. I'm telling you right now, they are.
Robert's body language is displaying indications of guilt, as evidenced by his hunched posture, which suggests he is carrying a heavy burden. When additional pressure is exerted on Robert, his story suddenly changes.
you know, we had an argument, she left. There's been, you know, from the hotel, you know, I mean.
Then what?
I got in the car and tried to drive around and look for her. And
You found her.
no, I never did find her. I never did get to find her. I know she went in a vehicle.
What was the vehicle?
It was a thing. It had monster tires with rockstar wheels on it, white, extended cab truck. And she was, I mean, it was the guy who she was talking to. We were.
Wait, did it just say it was some guy in a monster truck? Is that what he said? That's a misunderstanding. It's like some dude in a monster truck stole your girlfriend and you found it. What?
Who she was talking to.
You know more than you're saying, because you just gave us more information. Whether it's true or not, I kind of think it's half-assed. Okay? I'm not trying to be an ass to you, but we're dealing with life here, buddy. We're dealing with someone's life.
I know.
We're not here to hammer on you. We're here to get the truth so we can possibly do something to help her. This isn't our first time to deal with this.
And you deal with one of 2 kinds of people. One, something that accident happened. Or 2, you deal with a monster.
And you're a monster.
Uh-huh.
I said, I'm not a monster.
You're not a monster.
No.
Convince me of that right now, because, dude, you coming forward with that right there and then saying that, and you've been hiding it for 2 days, I have a problem with it.
I've been dreading this all the time. I thought he'd bring back or took it off, but something happened. I was sticking around. It was big. I mean.
Okay. Start back when you were in the bar.
Dude pulls up. Emily gets in his ride. I just pulled out and went the way that I seen them pull out of the steep.
Which way did it go? South?
You went out?
Out of the direction canal towards Walmart.
Okay.
Towards Walmart, south.
He pulls up into some sort of looking like housing little area or something, like a house or something. And by the time I get out, Emily barely had any clothes on, you know, and I pull up, we start, you know, beefing, and he comes running at me with a pipe. She jumps in front,
Where'd he hit her?
right in the head. I mean, and I was like, "Good," you know, and he comes at me. I just got in the car and just burned out, you know. And I waited it out because I didn't know what else to do. I'd never been in this situation. I've seen movies and all the 48s and stuff. I mean, I'm guilt by association.
Show me where the house is.
Is it a crew cab?
Was she bleeding?
It looked like there was blood.
Robert claims that Emily was taken to a house in a white truck by the man she had been talking with at the bar, and that he subsequently followed them there. According to Robert, when he exited his vehicle, the man from the bar charged at him brandishing a metal rod, but Emily stepped in between them and was struck over the head by the man. Upon witnessing this, Robert claims he returned to his car and left the area. The detectives accompanied Robert to the house he described during his interview. Upon arrival, they observed that the house appeared abandoned and dilapidated. As the detectives proceeded up the driveway, they instructed Robert to remain at the car and wait. He lit a cigarette and began smoking.
Yeah, this story definitely makes no fucking sense. I don't know who the fuck's gonna believe any of this bullshit. This guy's like obviously fucking lying, and it's like wasting everybody's fucking time. This is a pretty fucking stupid story. Pretty fucking stupid. He should just confess already or ask for fucking lore in the first place. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
While on the property, the detectives noticed 2 drag marks leading toward the rear of the house. Following the tracks, they discovered an old tin storage building. Continuing northward from there, they soon came across a body at the back of the property. Upon examining the body, they were able to identify Emily by her tattoos. Returning to their squad car, the detectives informed Robert of their discovery. To their surprise, he acted astonished and inquired, "You found her?" The detectives responded affirmatively, but also informed him that she was deceased. The detectives brought Robert back to the station, where they planned to extract the truth about what truly happened to Emily.
All right, man. I know you haven't talked.
I thought it was gonna be more interesting. Usually, like I are more interesting. This is just like angry guy beat his girlfriend to death. I was hoping there's gonna be more to it than this. That's why I usually watch the JCS ones, because this story is just angry guy beat his girlfriend to death. I didn't really want to watch this. There's something more to it.
Talk to me yet, okay? You can get jealous. Jealousy is a powerful thing, man, especially when you're drunk.
Does the severity of the crime, is there, if I, you know, to not including myself in saying I'm saying anything, but from your standpoint, would I ever see my kid again?
So you gotta understand something.
And I also want a cigarette.
Oh man, I've got you hooked up with cigarettes, yeah.
So
I smoke too, so
we'll go smoke a cigarette. Then I'll fuck, man, I'm tired of it, dude. Oh, God, I don't know much else. Let's go burn one, come back in there, and
you'll tell me everything.
then I can remember. Emily can get, she's so headstrong, and she's bigger than any other girl I've been with.
Yeah, see, this dude was getting up. Yeah, he got up too. Because you see, he's getting up. He's getting angry. Holy shit, man. This dude is so, like...
They ain't all that stronger.
Like, obviously, his anger issues. And it's a good thing that cop got up, too. He's about to fucking pop off, probably.
And she... After I mean, she was in the car and I did all that stuff, and you know, I'll retell you it all. Come back here.
Robert has made a proposal to the detective, agreeing to disclose all that he knows in exchange for the opportunity to smoke a cigarette with the detective. As they stepped outside to smoke, Robert began to divulge precisely what had happened to Emily.
I kicked her with my steel toe.
You said you kicked her?
I kicked her with the steel toe.
Damn.
You know, 4 times that she was out, and I was like, oh, freaking out. I didn't know what to do.
Upon returning to the interview room, the detective requested that Robert reiterate the information he had shared while they were outside.
Let's start from the beginning, man. And like, no nothing. What was the argument about, man?
She said that, some dude said that if I didn't treat her right, he'd take her home. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whatever, whatever. If that's what you want, go ahead and leave. We're done. It's over. I'm leaving you, this and that. And I was like, really? And then she was wanting to drive. That's what started the whole altercation in the room. She wanted to drink and drive.
Yeah, definitely. I was like dealing with an abusive dad. This dude definitely comes across as like very obviously like an abusive person, most likely a very fucking abusive dad. So over their child has somewhere safe to go. Honestly, the way thing gets fucked up is like with the CPS and shit like that. If the child doesn't have like a family member, they could have gone like in an even worse situation than being around some dude who kicks women to death, which is pretty fucked up.
And drove all the way back to Fort Worth. I said, no, you're not leaving. She started going crazy with me, and we started, pushing around, and that's when she grabbed my arm and bit the hell out of me. And then swept me back, and I put my head against the wall. And that's when I got up and hit her. And then I kicked her. A couple times I lost it.
Where did you kick her the first time?
I think in the mouth.
Okay.
I can decide to kick her in the mouth.
He got that angry from some like random conversation. Like, if you don't treat me right, he will. This is like fragility. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy was like super conservative too. But like, this is like some really fragile, like masculine ego stuff to where she might have been like just joking. But even if she wasn't, there's nothing in this scenario that involves you like beating a person to death because you're just that insecure of a person.
She was still okay. She got up. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? I was pretty shocked. I was able to get her down, and I was shooting crazy. I was tripping out. I didn't know what was going on, And I kicked her in there.
Where did you kick her that time?
I think in the face.
Okay.
Pretty much all headshots.
Okay.
Just laying there, like, breathing, like a weird breath.
Like she was knocked out?
Yeah, and I didn't know what to do. And so I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And I just put her in the car and drove out there. And slowly came behind that guy's house. She came to, and then as she was coming at me, I grabbed that earphone. And I grabbed that and whacked her with it. And I whacked her with it a couple times.
How did you drag her back to her? I know it's probably a thing to think about, but did you grab her and drag her back, or did you wrap her with something and drag her back?
I grabbed her.
What did you wrap her with?
Rope.
A rope?
It was just a quick, like a slip, and then just threw it around the passenger door, shut the door.
After Emily departed from the bar and headed for her room, Robert followed closely behind. An argument broke out between the two in the room, during which Emily bit Robert on the arm. Enraged, Robert kicked Emily with his steel-toe cap boots. Following this attack, Robert drove Emily to the abandoned house he had described earlier. There he used an air pump to end her life. Afterward, he tied a rope around her neck and lodged it in the car door, dragging her lifeless body behind the vehicle for a distance of 110 feet. Even when describing how he repeatedly kicked...
What the fuck? Okay, the biting, and then he beat her, and then things do escalate. They never escalate to like physical violence. But what the fuck? He tied her to like the car and was dragging her body around? What the fuck was that?
And punched Emily to death. Robert remained emotionless. The prosecutors sought a sentence of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Robert Early was subsequently found guilty and received a sentence of life imprisonment without parole. He is currently serving his sentence at the Lee County Correctional Facility in Hobbs, New Mexico.
Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Live Claritin Clear.
I definitely am a big advocate of like reform and but shit like this, I don't know how fixable shit like this is. Like for real, I have no idea how fixable shit like this is. Some people definitely do need to be just removed from the general population. That's what I do think. If they re-exhibit this type of behavior, or like psychopaths, or like people are like extremely violent, you need to be just removed from the general population.